Or below, I guess.
Arise, minions, and welcome to Unmade Gaming. We are here for the last episode, the finale of Through the Glass, where Natalie kills us. I mean, where we save the world? Or something? I don't know what we're doing here, but we're doing it here. We're doing it live. We're doing it tonight. So thank you for being here. If you guys want to support these shenanigans, please go check us out on Patreon. It's the best way to do it, especially in these crazy times where everyone's broke. Also, if you want to chat about this amazing game, please go check us on our Discord. Links for those down below. And last but not least, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see that there is a bar called the Corruption Bar. And what that does is two things. One, when that bar fills, Natalie gets to do whatever the hell she wants to us. And two, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to the wonderful, amazing, beautiful players you see before you. So, if you want to support these people, please toss a coin to your streamer. That being said, we'll toss things over to Natalie to bring us back to the world of Canada.
Oh, Canada, where we haven't actually spent that much time. I know, right? We haven't actually spent that much time in Canada or Toranna, despite all my work into creating this city that's definitely not based on where I live right now whatsoever.
That's the Patreon content, is all the lore of where we're actually doing all of this.
All the lore, yes, Patreon content. Here you can look at all the lore the players ignored.
That's true.
That one's, there's a lot of notes I could literally just upload there. It'd be great. Anyway, so welcome back. Where did we leave off? Everything was kind of going to hell. Loki had turned into a monster, straight up, in that he became one of the anomalies, giving the sort of indication that Lady Care was able to transform him from an anomaly in the first place? Question mark. Because she turned him back into one. So good times. Meanwhile, realizing that Saba would be in danger, but not wanting to take this monster on a subway, which is, fair, but also not wanting to risk being too late by walking the distance to where they felt Saba might be. Not being able to use real world travel, Levi opted to do some big magic in which everybody gave up something. Giving up quite literally something that they stole.
In my defense, I went first, so I didn't know how serious it was.
That was my favorite thing. I wish it was reversed. So I wish it was reversed, that everyone gave up something heavy and Kit was like, huh, just drop
Here's this thing, yeah.
What does this cost? A gold pin? I don't know.
I don't think it could have been any better, truth be told, though, because I think it's just so on brand for Kit. So I think it worked perfectly. Kit gave up, something that they stole, the pair of golden wings that they stole off of another one of the other people they faced previously, Damon's. And so then Jules gave up their memories of Remy. Loki gave up everything he felt for Naya, any emotions for Naya. And Levi gave up magic. He gave up his powers.
He must have gone in a dream.
It's pretty much what's getting him by these days. And I mean, this day, it's been a hot minute since this happened. So we don't know how that's going to go yet. And they landed at what is known as, it's the Royal Ontario Museum. Straight up. I don't remember my fake name for it anymore. That's just where you ended up, but in the mirror world, which has been completely converted into the Damon base camp. That is where Loki would have been trained and raised. We don't know. Mysteries.
Brainwashed, converted.
They snuck in, wandered around, found Saba. Saba is unfortunately experiencing a couple of puncture wounds from what looks like his own trident. And then menacingly, very Kill Bill style, down the hallway with lovely clicking noises of their boots, Naya walks down the hallway, speaking to everyone through their brains like they tend to. Their whip attached to one hand, the trident attached to the other, because they have no hands.
Weird.
Wonder how that happened.
Me too.
And Kit being the one that sees them walking down the hallway, as I think instead interrupted by Lucky, who goes full out. I'm gonna do something about this.
Yeah, Lucky went aggro.
And that is where we're picking up tonight.
Like we went from Bleach to Kill Bill to Tokyo Gore Police. Let's just keep it rolling.
Didn't he explode through the wall? Isn't that what he just did?
No, because the wall was concrete, so I instead exploded through the door.
Right.
Yes. Cool. So picking up where we left off then, Lucky, what are you doing specifically? Please retell that part for everybody. And
so Lucky, Lucky is warg the correct word here? I think Lucky warged into an angry murder dog. Murder dog cat hybrid still, I think, maybe.
You are multiple animals in one at this point. In one at this point?
Yeah, it's awkward.
Because everything that was, I think, in your mystery bag of animals, I think may be part of you now.
Yeah, so it's like if you took a couple of things and then it's not even like a chimera. It's not neat. It's just like dog eye over here, cat mouth, like freaking, it's a hot mess.
Thank you. That was pretty much exactly the words I was going to use. So what is this hot mess doing?
So the hot mess is charging Naya because fuck that.
Okay.
So I'm rolling punch.
I think you're rolling to kick some ass. I'm thinking is what you're doing as you charge into this.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. 10. That's pretty good. I'll take that.
It's a success. You seem very lackluster about this success.
I forgot because I forgot that Roll20 doesn't do the highlighty green things for every roll that is above because it bases it on the max numbers. But yeah, so that's pretty fucking good, actually.
There you go. That sounds better. Fantastic. Okay, so on a 10 plus, you choose an extra effect. Okay. You gain the advantage. Take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1 harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
I think we're going to terrible harm. This is like Lucky is not playing for wound and question. Lucky's playing for murder and to move on.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah. So with this, you are just charging through. This becomes, I'm just trying to think of what this necessarily counts as with your natural attacks. I guess it's just I don't know. Just your base level there.
Yeah, probably. It's just like a +2. It's +2.
Yep.
Ignore armor. Yeah.
Cool. And you're doing double then?
Yeah.
Excellent. What does this look like as you charge at her?
So I think it's like it's kind of so because so the way monsters attacks are weird because they specify the kind of thing that you're doing. Mm-hmm. Teeth, claws, life drain, magical force, and Lucky has life drain. So I think it's kind of like a mark almost with like instead of kind of does like a quick drive by and sort of swipes at Naya as they sort of zoom past. Mm-hmm. And then you sort of see what looks like kind of that same like black essence sort of bleed out from the wound that they make and sort of channel into Lucky like he's absorbing Naya parts of Naya that he's like stealing.
Okay, so you rush by Naya then, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you rush by, slashing at their arm, I would say, on the way. And as I want to say, you make that contact, there is this necrotic kind of energy that would emanate probably from your fingers, seeping into Naya, connecting with them as it then travels back up your hand just as you pass by them. What is everybody else doing?
Yeah. Levi is standing there holding a pistol that's never been fired before. And he looks...
Is it loaded? Did you actually load it?
I don't know. So
it came with the character sheet.
Yeah, so I think it's It is loaded, but he only has the 6 shots that are in it, right? Like, he doesn't have any more bullets. It's just one revolver load, right?
Perfect.
And so he's standing there holding this, looking between whatever the snarling mess is in the hallway, and Saba Cakes' dying body, and the gun, and Kit standing, and Jules getting ready to punch and or shoot her way out of this situation. And he looks over and goes, could you you take this, give me the cards, I have an idea. And he like points to your jacket.
Oh, okay. Reaches into jacket, pull out, exchange.
You can have a second gun now. And I have
2!
And I have it does 2 harm. And it is loud. I'm going to so I don't have magic, but the cards are magical because they were made by Naya and given to me. So I'm hoping that they residually have some kind of magic. And I'm going to, employ some nonsense magic that I've seen Kit do. Because staring at funny things and hoping for the best seems to work for them for some reason. And I'm going to, like, pull out the cards and, like, fan them in a way, like I'm going to, like, draw randomly. Let me use magic to see if this works. So I'm going to attempt to use magic on Sava. So let's see what happens here. Roll. No forward. I succeed as fuck.
Beautiful.
Great. So I do I shuffle some of the cards out and I grab one and it just happens to be exactly what I'm looking for. Cool. And it is the 2 of cups, and on it you see that there are 2 people in, I would imagine they look like daemons, right? Because this was made by Naya and it doesn't look like a normal tarot deck. So there's some kind of so like one is like a daemon and one is like a regular person, and in the middle there's the rod of Caduceus. And I take that and I place that down on Sava, and I'm going to attempt to heal him with this card of healing.
And with the residual magic, there are there's 2 things that happen as you do this. 1, you are able to heal Sava. You see the puncture wounds on his back start to close over. You see color begins to return to, not that he ever had much color to begin with, but he's gone from that sullen gray to at least more of a more lively white. And so, and you feel him stirring a little bit. There's a bit of movement. You hear breathing once more. The other thing you feel is as you pull this card and use it, you feel it tingle in your hand a little bit.
Oh.
As if there's part of the magic that's spreading back into you. You'll be able to use that power once more.
Oh, cool. Okay, dope.
And it'll work if successful, you'll heal that +3 like you could previously.
Cool. So he is healed for 3.
Yes.
Cool. And that's it. I do it and then I look up shocked.
Oh.
It worked?
Excellent. ?
Yeah, right.
Well, Kit is intensely crossing fingers and hoping that this situation goes well. But Keith is using Jinx.
That's what I just assumed you were doing.
Yep. Yes. Perfect. I got a 6.
Keith, we're not playing golf right now, honey. We're not aiming for the lowest score possible.
I know. I'm going to use some luck because
it's the last episode.
It's the finale. I can be doomed. I can deal with that.
You're not wrong in that respect whatsoever. Okay, so
I am two clicks away from doomed, if that means anything.
It'll mean something.
No.
Excellent. So you, Jinx, and on this success, you can hold 2 and spend them in whatever way, is down there.
Yes, I'm just really hoping that this goes well and that none of my friends get hurt.
Jules, what are you up to?
Yeah, I wonder what that feels like when your friends get hurt and you also find out that they're from another world. I'm sorry. Anyway.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, what? I don't know what I'm talking about either.
Jules has no idea.
Oh, too real. Too spoon.
It was literally last week.
Jules is just basically going to take their actual normal handgun, put it in their non-dominant hand, take the one that Levi just gave them and put it in their dominant hand, kind of do this move where one is just slightly in front of the other, and is going to position themselves between where Lockie has just gone and Kit, Saba, and Levi, so that if either Lockie or Naya come into that space, that Jules is kind of the first line of defense while they're taking care of Saba and doing what they're doing behind them. Mm-hmm. So just holding an action, basically. Waiting to shoot.
Waiting to pew. Got it. Pew. Excellent. Yeah. Pretty much. And with this, Lockie, as you land behind Naya, they look at you smiling even through the fabric that covers their mouth and just cocks their head to their side. And you hear in your head their voice come through. Lockie, I see we have an issue. You are not yourself anymore, are you? No. But just wait. I can make you understand again. And they come after you. Can I have you please roll, Lockie, to act under pressure?
Is that cool? That's cool.
That is cool.
In an entire season of playing this game, I still don't know what I'm doing.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You got a 7. That's not so bad.
I also have luck. Burn. It's a 12 now.
Okay. The entire theme of this episode is going to be, I have luck, let's burn it.
In the way that you do when you play video games, but I only have 99 luck. Now I need to stockpile them in case of the boss fight. This is it. This episode is where we go ham.
I brought 75 Phoenix Downs.
Let's go.
I'm so glad y'all prepped for this. Okay.
I have not used any of my luck, so I'm just saying.
Same.
Excellent.
That's
okay.
scary.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So with this attack out of Naya, you see their whip crack and fling towards you. You are able to, what do you do to try to deflect this attack coming for you?
So I think Lockie doesn't so much deflect it so much as there is a ripple across his, it's not skin technically, but and then he just shifts into a completely different form, a completely differently sized chimera, and just it just passes through the space where the other bigger dog was. Yeah.
Excellent.
Lockie's
so you just shift to make it go away.
Lockie's playing the Eldritch version of that one sorcerer transforming fight.
Well, we didn't have enough Eldritch horror in this thing, so let's fix that.
No.
So that's all we were aiming for, was tentacles, that's all. Yeah. Anyways.
That exact expression, Jules. Thank you.
It's a matter of time before they show up.
It always is. Who's doing anything? Who wants to go? Who's doing something?
Shit. I guess I'll try my luck at magics again.
Okay.
I've thoroughly expended my use of what I know about tarot cards. So, there's that.
Just the 2 of cards. Two
just
of cups.
The 2 of cups. That's all I got. I know there's all the rest of the numbers of cups.
Isn't there a death one and a lovers or something?
I mean, there's some things and some stuff.
And an empress and a high priestess. And
If you
sun and a tower.
though, if you want to do magic, you can pull a card.
Yeah.
And it'll be at random.
Oh, cool. We get our own deck of many things.
Okay. Cool. I love that. Actually, so that's cool. So on a 6-, it's whatever the fuck Natalie. Yeah, it's bad time. On a 7 to 9, it's a random card that is somehow beneficial. On a 10+, I get to pick the card. Dope. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like this.
I'll give you like a couple of options that are probably in your best wheelhouse, and I'm happy to let you choose with them.
I love this. Okay, cool. Magic.
Let's go, deck of many.
Season finale, fuck me up. 6! That's like one of my only 6s! I level up, guys! I leveled up right now! It only took me 12 episodes to level up.
I'll take one. Fuck me up, fam. Thanks so much.
Yo, hit me with that.
But I do have some jinx if you want this to go well.
No, I want to level up. Get wrecked.
Okay. All right.
I love that everybody else is like, just use luck. We can fix this. We
No,
can fix this.
no,
I
level
want
up,
this to be
level up.
broken.
No. I want it to be bad.
Yeah.
I want it to be broken.
I'm
Oh
so
my
bad
God.
in games that are like, there are mechanics for you to stop this from happening. And I'm like, no, fuck me up, dude. That's part of the story. Let's go.
Yep.
Hit me with that shit.
What do you like?
I want
Bad
to walk
ending.
away
Let's
from
go.
this raw and ruined. Let's do this.
Excellent. Okay, so in that, there's so many choices.
Hit me with this.
Yeah, which is going to be great. So with that, this is just going to be kind of funny. You pull out the, I know, the tower card.
Okay.
On it, in the black and silver embossed inlay that is this card, you see what looks like a tower as it's cracked, falling apart in half. A bolt of lightning shooting out and striking it. As you touch it, trying to pull into the magical forces from this card, you feel an absolutely jarring electric shock.
Dope.
Course through your veins.
Okay.
Taking, because this is just gonna hurt you.
Okay.
Really.
Okay.
It's going to hurt you for 2 harm.
Okay. I can deal with 2 harm.
Okay.
I'm at 0 harm, so 2 is fine.
Yep. Okay.
Yikes.
And you, are fairly awake now.
Yeah. Cool. Had my espresso. We're good. We're fine.
If you were not awake before, you are now.
Very much so. Okay.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I would imagine he's right-handed.
Okay, so I'm imagining you picked it up with your right hand. You feel the tips of your fingers singe. There's a bit of black to it.
Love it.
Yeah, that came from just that entire shock through your system.
Levi now wears nail polish. It's a fashion statement. So.
Yeah, your nails on that hand are even a little bit purple as you just how your skin has adopted this.
Cool.
Yep. And the other fun thing that you notice, you only notice this now that you're looking at your hand with the charred marks on this. What you were previously missing was your tattoos had all gone.
Yeah.
But as you saw this, as you pulled this card and unfortunately pulled this power on yourself, you see briefly the outline of lightning as tattooed across your arm.
Cool.
And then fades.
Oh.
But the Caduceus staff is actually still.
Oh.
You see that now, and that's your reminder that you still have that extra power right now.
Dope. I'm down for this. That's cool.
Anyways, that was a great turn.
I like that.
Sava kind of has turned over as he sees you freeze and shudder as you are electrocuted.
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
I'm trying to magic. I
don't think that's how that works.
Listen, you were unconscious, you shit. And he moves aside and points to whatever Lockie is and whatever Naya is now. And he's like, huh? And that's where he ends.
Wonderful. Fabulous. Who after that? Who wants to go? Who's doing something? Lockie? Oh, Jules?
I was gonna say, do I hear anything from where Lockie and Naya are currently? I always want to say Saya. It's not right. It's not right at all.
You just mash Sava and Naya together.
Yep.
Cool. Got it.
It's not that kind of show.
Saya and we're switching the names. It's Saya and Nava now.
I was going to say, not yet. We aren't quite into Monster Hearts yet. We'll get there, I'm sure, by the next half hour. Monsters. It's just the game that turns into Monster Hearts. It's fine. We know this already. Jules, depends. Where are you standing? Are you standing like looking out because you guys have been, Levi and Sava have been in a room effectively, and then the rest of them have been in a hallway.
I would say that I've been kind of like leaning like
on the doorway,
out. Yeah, just kind of, if you imagine a doorway and then a hallway right next to it, I would imagine that Jules is kind of like up against the doorway wall, just kind of like looking out while holding the guns, but not actually like leaning out to look. Just because not aware of what is going to be possibly flying in their direction.
You're trying to keep tabs on everything so much. So you're trying to see if you can see Naya is what you're trying for?
Yeah, I'm going to say I would like to try it. Like I want to see if I hear. I want to try and like listen to hear if I hear both of them still like fighting with one another. If I hear like only Lockie, and if I hear both of them fighting, that's when I'd like to like kind of like peek out and see what's happening, and kind of like if I can take a shot at Naya to do that to help Lockie.
Okay, cool. You can definitely hear them still fighting. There's a lot of, it's not even so much their voices, unless Lockie makes noises as he transforms. I don't know that. But what you do hear is just the cracking of a whip. You hear stone, cement, everything getting hit. And so you start hearing a lot of those noises of a fight still happening further down the hallway. So if you leaned out, you could get a clear shot.
Okay, I'd like to take my shot and help out.
Okay. Excellent.
So am I rolling cool?
You are rolling.
Sorry, Phyllis. Tough. Sharp.
It's gonna be tough because you're trying to kick some ass. Unless because are you trying to do damage, or are you just trying to distract so that way Lockie can gain an advantage?
I mean, I would like to try and do damage, just to help out, so.
Okay, cool. Then it's going to be kick some ass, so you're going to roll some tough.
Sweet.
Hey! Still not failing for Jules. Excellent. So on a 10,
this.
I know. On a 10, you get to choose an extra effect. So you gain the advantage. You can either take one forward or give one forward to another hunter. So if you actually want it to help, you can do your damage, but still give that advantage to, say, Lockie.
Okay.
You can inflict terrible harm, which just increases the harm. You won't risk retaliation, so you don't have to worry about suffering harm. Or you can force them where you want them if you think there's a more advantageous situation that you can put them in.
I'm going to go ahead and give that to Lockie.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
So you have a +1 forward, Lockie.
Good.
Who else? Between the gunshots and Kit, who has jinxed things out over in the corner, there's some
forward floating around.
Stuff in the air. What do you shoot with specifically, Jules?
I'm shooting the handgun that Levi had given me for that one.
Lovely. So that was the 2.
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. So your shot rings out, hitting Naya square in just the shoulder here, knocking them back a bit. Lockie, what are you doing?
Woof. That's what I'm.
Borf.
Angry Borf.
Okay, good.
The angriest Borf.
So we're just gonna do. I think we're gonna cast Angry Slash because that's what we do all day now. The playbook that I made.
We're gonna play.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
That's real fucking high.
Yeah, that's
okay. Cool. We're just gonna.
So what is it that this does? What does this do?
So the forward only applies
to
the the roll to hit, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
But which attacker, which move are you doing here? You're using your unholy strength to kick some ass?
Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, but it gets you to okay, because even that's still 12 plus, so you can pick an enhanced effect.
Okay. What was that?
Well, you can either completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get +1 forward. You can suffer no harm at all. I mean, Naya's going to come for you, so that may come in handy. It's next very soon. Your attack inflicts double the normal harm, or your attack drives the enemy away and around.
I don't think Lockie gives a flying fuck about getting hurt at the moment.
Okay.
So we're going to go with +1 harm doubled.
Okay, cool. Beauty.
Oh wait, no, it's just double, actually, straight up. So
it's just straight up double, yeah.
Yeah, it's just straight up double. So that's what, another 4, I think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which is great because it's technically all life drain damage. So Lockie gets hit and is probably still fine. Even if Lockie gets hit at this point, provided he's not knocked out, it's health bar going.
It's just going to keep shifting. It'll be fine.
Just like Lockie.
Kit, what are you doing? Sorry, Lockie, are you doing anything else?
Nope. It's just straight up fangs to throat as hard and as fast as possible.
And that's how you're attacking? You're going
just
you bitey?
Ball to the walls.
You bitey, okay. Perfect.
Yeah, Kit, in just sheer frustration and rage, goes from being like this, hands quivering, and starts walking towards Naya, pointing, and is just picturing an end to all of these demons messing with my friends' lives, and picturing it so hard that I'm seeing some weird curling purple dream magic coming out of fingers and blasting them with the big whammy that I just took. I'm kicking ass with magic.
Love it.
And I'm going to use my +1 forward on myself if I can.
Make it a 10? Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. Totally okay with that.
So
all right.
Extra lucky. It's particularly sparkly too.
Good. I'm so glad it's particularly sparkly.
In case anyone was wondering.
I would have been disappointed if it wasn't. So excellent.
This is 2 harm, close, obvious, ignore armor.
Excellent. Okay. So you've got these, you said it was dark and purple and sparkly, correct? You go from crossing your fingers to maneuvering them as you get up closer to, because you have to get up close to do this to Naya. Do you have to just get up closer, or do you think you have to touch them?
I think it's just close. I mean, close. Isn't there a different term that's melee besides close?
There's intimate. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's it's leaping from my fingers, but it's, it
is right up there
or something. Yeah. I'm close, but I'm not stabbing them with my hands. Yeah.
You're not stabbing them with your fingers. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. The Helsing maneuver.
Excellent. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. You do this. You get up how close do you get then? Within, you said 10 feet? Is that what you're doing? Or are you doing? Yeah. Okay. As you see Naya get attacked by we don't know what to call it anymore, but we know it as Locky, as it bites into their neck. And their shoulder is clearly slumped, bleeding out from a bullet hole that Jules had just left. And you see you're open. You see your opportunity as you go in, walking in with intention forward, hands outstretched with this just wispy, smoky, sparkly purple that comes from it, ensnaring around Naya's body, crawling up and around their neck and starting to just choke it. You see this look on their face shift. What was arrogance, ego, hubris, anger has turned to a bit of fear you see in their eyes beneath the bone mask that still covers most of their face. But you see these eyes flash in fear, in anguish, and they attempt to do one thing before knowing that there's 3 people on them right now, and they may have not really anticipated it being like this. They did not anticipate additional magic.
I take it back. It was 3 harm, Natalie, because I got a 10 plus, so I'm going to take the extra harm.
Okay, fabulous. And in their last moment before collapsing, Kit, I'm going to need you to roll act under pressure, which is plus cool for me.
Sweet. I'm really good at that.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 Keith moment.
I'm sorry, it's because you led with, I'm really good at this. That
Yeah,
we knew that
the universe was like, well, we heard that now.
It's any time
I'm manifesting.
It's any time we need Keith to clutch anything. He's like, 6s.
I'm really good at this.
Yeah,
I'm about to
got
end this
this.
man's whole career.
Anytime he's like, I'm going to randomly do this thing. It's like 13.
Yep.
It's kind of beautiful for that reason, though. And I love, oh my God.
Oh, God.
I want to look at it. I would like to look in a mirror to make sure that my hair is still coiffed. 13.
13.
I would,
Got it.
13.
I would like to bamf this motherfucker with some magic. 5.
Nope.
That is accurate, and I think has made this game quite brilliant for that reason, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
You
okay with
really
this.
do.
Listen to that through headphones.
You really do just gaze into the abyss constantly. Anyways,
Truth.
Keith has really been playing Monster Hearts the entire time.
Yep.
Completely.
Yep. But the joke's on you guys because I have a lot of strings to work with.
Nobody else has any strings. Keith has all of them.
All of them.
Like
Anyway,
a cat's cradle. How many fucking strings you got?
Seriously.
Yes.
it's great.
Locky just has all the string. People have all the strings on Locky at this point.
That's true.
Pretty much it. Kit, in this last moment, you feel as you've needed to get closer, even still just within 10 feet, your arms outreach to do this big whammy, this big magic for you. I don't think you've actually pulled out the big whammy on this.
No, I just got it. I just leveled up.
That'd be why. That's even better. So this is your first time using this period. This is brand new to you.
Yes. I don't think Kid even realizes what they're doing. They're just like
Probably not. They're so in the zone and in the moment at this point.
Yes.
And moving closer, Naya's look of fear and anguish and pain that they are feeling, especially as these tendrils are crawling across their neck, their face, their arms, and starting to pull even actually at the bone mask that covers their face. They reach out with their whip hand, grabbing a hold of yours and pulling you in closer for just a moment.
Definitely Monster Hearts.
I hate that you said whip hand.
You guys cut off their hands. What did you want from my life?
Whip hand.
We
and then
wanted them to
trident
be
hand.
handless the whole time.
When a problem comes along, have a whip hand.
That's pretty much what's happened. I fixed it, kind of. Anyways, This is definitely fixing it.
I made it better, everyone.
This is what you wanted all along. This was not in the lines and veils. Anyways.
Trident hand, whip hand.
I think I broke Mike. Excellent.
Like, Natalie, what's on that? You added wings to a spider? Yeah, I made it better. Better how? For who? It's just better.
Yeah, it's just better.
It's been improved.
I'm just
Obviously.
picturing Naya like fixing their hair with the trident hand and eating
You
with
know-
it.
Using it as a dingle hopper.
I was gonna
Thank
say
you.
dingle hopper.
Yeah.
My God, you
Anyways.
swine.
Back to this moment where Kit rather may or may not be. I don't know. We'll see what happens to them. They pull you in closer as this slowly becomes Monster Hearts, and the strings finally working their way against you. And everything goes black for a moment. For you, really, actually, just for you, nobody else.
Used to it.
And you see this vision. This is your big vision for today, without even asking for it.
Oh.
You are in that similar place where you originally met Arono. You are in, it's that same ethereal brain space, and it's you, and you are seeing the back of that premonition that has been with you this whole time. That person, that being, that you see them in full, and you realize right now in this moment that they are more a reflection than a different person. You see them turn around, and you see something familiar, but not too familiar, and I'm trying not to make that joke. You see yourself in this person. You see certain features, qualities, the eyes, the jaw, but there's certain aspects of it that are different. They seem taller, leaner, longer hair. There are certain features in this that you see that it feels like you. It feels like another part of you. And you see Naya, but not as you've seen Naya literally 2 seconds ago. You see without the mask, without the armor, without the bindings. And you see that the features from them are resembled in this mirror image. And this voice chimes in. And it sounds like Arono, based on that one, tic-tac-toe match. Every person who belongs to this world has another half. You are originally from this world. You left stealing away the body of another soul that belonged to the other world. And with that came eccentricities that you came to know to be your powers. But every person has their other half, who, should they form, should they join, will finally find peace at last. And it breaks. You wake up with the last vision is Naya's face, their eyes rolling back into their head, the body going limp underneath everything from your magic, from your power, from your big whammy. Lockie, you feel the strength that was actually kind of half carrying you as you jumped on top of it, crash to the ground as Naya's body collapses beneath you. And for a moment, it is quiet. Levi, all you hear is crashing outside.
That's fine. It's safe in here where there's no one stabbing me.
I mean, valid, except for yourself.
You know. The bar is full.
Oh, good. I've had exactly this plan. Wonderful. One, thank you, everybody. Two, I'm so glad because I've had this figured out for a while now if it happened on this episode. Anyways, perfect.
What is it? Does it happen right now? Can we know? Rip the Band-Aid off.
I'm sorry. Are you nervous?
Rip the Band-Aid off, Natalie.
Is that a problem, Mike? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? So how about I just continue for right now, and then I will...
Okay, cool. I think at that point you hear, "What's going on out there? You all right?" Coming from inside the room, what's up?
Nice.
Hello? Anyone?
Jules, you saw everybody collapse out in the hallway. Well, more or less collapse. I don't know how Kid's doing. Kid is still standing, actually, after this vision. But
I think just standing there, like quivering, looking freaky.
Not great.
What do you mean not great?
Less than great.
Did we win?
I have no idea how to measure that.
Is it safe for me to come out?
I guess.
Great, thanks. Ugh,
what
I was getting tired yelling. What's up?
Good talk.
I'm right here.
You guys are really kind of weird, you know that.
I don't have any more magic, so I get dead really easily. Listen, you know what? We just like saved your life. Did you not get my message?
Yeah.
Okay, so we tried to save your life, and then you took a nap, and then got almost dead, and then we actually saved your life, and you're sassing us? Lockie, what's wrong with you people?
There's
And then head shake. What?
Nothing. You're fucking whatever.
There's so much I want to unpack right there. Sama literally said, "You're weird," and your response to that was, "I don't have magic anymore." As though that explains why you're weird.
I'm weird now.
That's why. Well, to be fair, the last time he interacted with me, I was very aggressive and lighting things on fire. And now I'm very cautious and hiding in the back of the room. So
Fair.
This is reasonable. Yeah, it is remarkably out of character.
Yeah. The last time he saw all of us, the two of you were on the ground, passed out, unconscious from combat.
It's true.
And Lockie looked like Lockie and not Beastman, and I was letting everything on fire and being aggressive. So we all had some growth.
As you are all yelling through quite literally a doorway, and just taking in that final silence of Naya's body hitting the floor. Exactly. There is this strange noise, that tapping across the ground. Jules, you didn't realize it, but Steve had been kind of crawled into your coat.
I thought it was Steve. Sorry.
I knew it.
I've hated that guy from the beginning. I hate Steve.
The BBEG all along.
Steve scuttles out as he has been wont to do, crawling across the floor, crawling around Kit's feet, over Naya's body, jumping off of Lockie, I think, actually, and down to the end of the hallway where Naya had come from. And then there's a soft voice. "Oh, my dear sweet pet. How good to know the progress." And stepping out from the same hallway as Naya, because it's just very anime style to really have everything come from the exact same doorway.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's shrouded in darkness right now, we actually really don't even know what beyond that room
Like
at
the
this
half
point.
shadow with the light starting from here and working your way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from this blackness, you actually can't see anything at first. And you realize that because it's a moment later that their entire figure is coated in black. And you see what looks like the silhouette of a humanoid figure with large, leathery wings. Kid, this is like those visions you've had. You know exactly what this is.
Fuck you, Steve.
And Lockie, even as you turn around to look behind you, you remember this from that glimpse of a memory. And you see Lady Care walk out. Steve in hand, just...
Steve's a little bitch.
Should have eaten him. Should have eaten him.
Fucking Steve.
And Lady Care looks. I know. It's funny how they never seemed to know. And she throws him out onto the floor. In that, Steve's little scuttlebug body twists and turns in the air, transforming, very similar to how Lockie's form was transforming. As he takes the form of a large canine-like creature, these fangs gleaming white, jarring out of their mouth. No eyes to be seen. Just a giant mouth and on 4 paws.
Feral alpaca. Got it. So this little motherfucker is literally the dog from The Witch of the Waste in Howl's Moving Castle. I'm gonna yeet this thing. Hate this fucking thing now, Steve.
The real enemies were the Steve we made along the way.
True.
Fucking Steve.
The real Steves were the enemies we made along the way.
Should have fucking ate him. Should have fucking
Sorry,
ate him
you wanted
back in
corruption?
episode 1.
You wanted corruption? This is the corruption.
I didn't want it. I didn't want it. I didn't.
You wanted the Band-Aid pulled, I thought. So here
Okay,
we are.
I did want that. I wanted it off.
You wanted it.
Should have fucking ate him in episode 1. Should have fucking ate him in episode 1.
What a tasty side dish. No. But no.
Oh, look, the plot.
Bullshit ass
No.
Steven. Okay.
He has evolved to Steven.
God.
So is Steven doing anything right now?
Fucking
Steven
Steven.
with a PH.
Yeah.
PH.
Of course.
Steven.
it is.
Anyways.
Steven with a PhD.
Yeah.
He's
Because all
Dr.
the
Steven.
acid we're fucking spitting.
I hate it. Is Lady Care still just there fucking off?
Pretty much monologuing as villains do.
I hate her.
Cool anime Pokemon trainer, my favorite final boss.
No one should be surprised at the end result
not
of this
even
remotely.
whatsoever.
So
Not
is
even
Steve
remotely.
advancing at us at all, or is he just kind
Yes,
of land?
he's so where he's landed, he's looking primarily at Lockie, who is going to be the closest creature to him in this hallway. Yeah, we're gonna go epic hallway battle scene kind of.
Epic hallway battle. Cool. I'm going to use all the geometry and weird camera angles. Let's go.
I'm gonna,
Perfect, done in one shot.
There's
I'm
no
gonna-
room for all of our action and also all of our feelings.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the plot of this whole game. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do magic because I fucking hate Steven. This shit. I'm doing magic, Natalie.
Okay.
And my new ability is perfect for me. It's called Luck of the Damned. And when you use magic, you get a +1 on your next magic.
Oh, boy.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna take a +1.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna magic this bitch.
Nice.
Cool. So I pull out this deck of cards again, and I like fan out, and this time I am going Gambit style because I pull out the Emperor, but I pull it out upside down, and I see that card, and I see Lady Care in her stupid bondage gear and her stupid Steven, and I throw the card towards her, and it kind of like right. And so what I want to do,
Ninja Star.
Yeah. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it be? This is a goddamn
it's
anime.
Slow-mo pass that goes by the camera and speeds up again.
Yeah, it's slow-mo so you can see that it's the Emperor reversed, and then it continues to go on.
And then continues.
And what I want to do is plug my headphones back in, because I definitely just unplugged them. But I want that card to like ding and like hit her, and I want to use the ability, the magic ability, trap specific person, minion, or monster. And I want to trap her, because the Emperor reversed means tyranny and rigidity. So it hits her, and then like these, I don't know, black and fiery looking chains just sort of out of the wall and floor and like bind her in place, and that bitch is trapped. Stupid wings and your stupid Steven.
Don't say what I want to say. Don't say what I want to say. Don't say what
Say it.
Usually when you want to trap a lady, you have to get her pregnant.
No, I'm just going to shibari that bitch right up in the hallway.
Wow.
Oh God. Okay.
That's
so
how you trap a man.
I feel like it could work in reverse.
Welcome to the spicy finale.
God. All right.
Hi, everybody. We're here.
I don't know how I didn't make my own post-it notes, Alec Keith, to just at this point, but you know. So you pull out the Emperor card. Yes, thank you. On my behalf now. And tossing it. I'm actually going to say what happens is it doesn't actually hit her. It stops like that half inch in front of her face.
Yeah, and then the chains come out of that. And also,
precisely.
Derek is correct. The Emperor is just a picture of Levi as he throws it.
Completely. Yes.
Nice.
100%.
Nice.
Just has your visage on it. And as you see these black and red chains spring out from the card, connecting to the parts of the hallway around Lady Care's body, behind her, completely encapsulating her in this. And they're all rigid chains too. It's doing if they were poles almost in multiple different angles and directions to completely just trap her there. And it freezes her. You don't see the look on her face change at all, but you do see down on your left arm, the image of just black and red chains start to wrap around your arm again.
Well, I remember the 90s.
Yeah. Meaning you'd be able to use that again if you needed to.
Awesome.
I told you, I figured out a different way to figure out your powers.
Yeah, I'm down for this.
It's the last episode too. I don't have to worry about it.
You also have a teardrop one because of all the fucking people you've killed.
Not yet.
No, this is an Escaflowne.
Listen, they're not.
Listen,
okay, listen. Not to be that guy, but in the mirror world, they're not people. They're monsters and demons or anomalies, so I haven't killed any persons yet. So therefore, I'm not sad about it. Get wrecked, monsters.
Get wrecked, monsters, and fuck you, Steve.
Fuck you, Steven. You shit.
Shitty
Steven ass bitch.
All right.
Yeah.
Is anybody else gonna go? Or are you gonna pause long enough to let Steven start at you, Lucky?
Fuck that guy.
Oh no, like Lucky sees Steven, and I think as Steven is doing the twisting, Lucky's like, I recognize this shape-shifting fucking nonsense, and then proceeded to charge mid Lucky does not follow the rules of anime. The transformation scene can be fully fucking interrupted. Thank you very much. So Lucky goes for the jump while Steven's still mid-transform.
Okay, cool. Which, for the record, mid-transformation, unlike Sailor Moon, looks like there's no ribbons or anything like that, but you see what that final form as a shadow,
yep,
as a opaque form would be. You know what he's becoming.
Yeah. Yep. Lucky's just no, I'm gonna get a hit in while I can.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you trying to do? How does this gonna look?
Lucky does not have a particularly complicated repertoire of moves at this point. Lucky's is turn into angry beast mat. Time to
you got bite, you got claw, you got roar. I won't do you so much good. I'm just going through Pokemon moves now.
Well,
Lucky is now a Pokemon.
It's fine.
So.
Bite is dark type. Christ. Okay. But no, I think so. Lucky just sort of like. Locky gets to the point where I think Locky's actually in like vaguely humanoid people-ish form right now.
Okay.
Because all of their attacks are life drain and don't actually specify how I do that, so I can just make
That's
it up
up to you.
I guess.
Yeah.
So
Completely.
Locky does like we're going full anime. Locky like sort of lands in front of Steven and then like sort of blackish, similar to Lady Carries, but like less leathery demon and more like angry raven bird sort of like explode out from his shoulders, and then you sort of see just like all of that, the way he drew the blackness from Naiads like starting to draw that different steam as it like filters in through the wings. Mm-hmm. Is what I've decided is what that looks like now, because
cool.
Yeah, beautiful. That works real fucking well, it turns out.
Perfect.
But I'm going to do the complete holy bench, so everyone gets +1 forward.
Okay, cool. Y'all will get +1 forward in this.
Yeah.
And so you're stopping his transformation, correct? With this,
that's
what
the
you're doing?
Plan.
That's the plan.
Well, okay. So one of the advanced effects is your attack drives the enemy away in a route.
Okay.
So can Steven like start to be transforming and Lucky's like, no, fuck you. And then like Steven falls to the ground like a tiny mouse again and doesn't finish?
I'm good with that, actually. I'm pretty okay with that. That's pretty funny. To which Steven is going to look very confused because that's not how this was supposed to go. And makes this weird kind of noise as it like looks down at its body of that's not the size this is supposed to be.
Yeah. Cue Steve.
Okay.
Jules is going to shoot at it.
At Steven or Lady Kara, what do you do? Who are you shooting?
I'm shooting at Steven. I no longer feel any ties to this fucking thing. I'm so over it. I trusted you. I built a bond with you, and you fucked me, Steven. You straight fucked me. So, death. Death to you, dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, dishonor on your cow.
Thank you.
Steven.
Is that a tough?
That's gonna be a tough, yeah. Sorry, you're rolling to kick some ass. I'm just laughing, sorry.
Damn it.
Okay. So
not
you
as high as I would like for it, but yeah.
No. It's going to You still inflict harm on it.
Wait. Can I use a luck point to hit this fucking
You
sumbitch?
totally can.
Yeah, fuck it. Annihilate him. Take his ass out. Bye, Steve.
All right, so you have a 12, which and you're just which one are you attacking with? Like what specifically?
That's the +2. I'm still shooting with the +2.
Amazing.
Steve Skadood, we can too.
So you inflict a whole lot of harm on him, on this little guy, as he had his transformation had completely stopped. And as you can see the thought process work through that tiny little scuttlebug brain of his of what the hell do I do next? You shoot at him. And it hits him, impacts him, and sends him bouncing off of the ground into the wall as it just then starts to slide down the remainder of the wall.
Snitches get stitches, bitches.
Good. Kit, what are you up to?
Kit has the 1,000-mile stare on their face.
Yep.
And opens up the leather satchel and is sifting through it and pulls out the notebook and then crouches down on the ground. The magic notebook.
I was going to say, I'm not even asking you which notebook. I know which notebook this time.
The magic notebook.
The notebook.
And with the distant, crazed stare, starts writing, Lady Care is here. We're about to kick her ass for you. And then sign with a big K. And I'm going to throw something crazy at you, Natalie.
Okay.
I want to step out of this body.
Okay. All right.
Are you cool with that?
I'm good with that.
I just want to say, every kick-ass begins with K.
With the
That's
big
beautiful.
K.
That's
That
so
was
beautiful.
It's a K. It's a K that looks kind of like an X because I forgot the X was my.
That's it.
my
It does
signature.
I totally get it though, because you did it and it kind of can look. It's cute because it looks both like a K, but it can also be the X.
Like a
It's
heart.
Yeah. So I'm like
Thanks.
I'm a sand person who's inhabited a human body. So I'm stepping out of it. I think out of a fear of the tyranny that Lady Care was creating, like all the memories are rushing back or whatnot.
Yeah.
I fled this place and just hid away as a human and forgot about all of it. But now I'm like, I can be doing something. I can be here standing up to this and surrender this human as they're in this notebook. Do you want me to roll weird or anything like that in order to
Yeah, roll plus weird for me. Just so we can see where this gets, how this rolls out. Unslightly intended. Okay, cool.
Well, it wasn't a failure, at least.
It was not a failure. And it's weird. This is, you think to yourself, I'm going, okay, get rid of this meat suit. I am going to ascend. Yes, kind of. It works, it tracks. And it takes a minute. Not a full minute, but it takes you a hot second there of, I can do this. I know I can do this. And taking you that bit just to get to that space. And you find yourself in that black space that you were previously, but things are looking a little bit differently. The more that you focus on it, you start to be able to actually see the world currently in a very muted, like you're seeing it and the lights are all off. You're not sure what you can do to interact with things. You're not sure what you can do at all, but you are definitely in your form, your true sand people form.
Yes.
Anybody else watching has seen Kit's body slump over.
After writing the note.
Yeah.
Just collapsing on the notebook.
Do we see Sandkit, or do we not see Sandkit?
No, you don't see Sandkit.
You don't even see the magnificent transformation and anime hair flip.
Right.
No, they'll get it later. Don't worry. I promise you, you will have your time to shine where everybody sees this. I promise you.
Okay.
I know that's what you wanted all along.
I was just like, fine, I'll sign up for your game, Natalie, but I gotta get an anime hair flip in before the end.
That's where the cinema transformation is just whoosh.
No, sorry, that was the other game where you needed to have the nicest hair. I thought it was this one this whole time.
I was gonna say,
Anyways.
wasn't the stipulation for this game that you would join if you were the prettiest? I'm pretty sure that was how you agreed to this game.
Actually, I'm
but
pretty
I
sure
get
too.
to be the
That sounds
prettiest.
right, yeah.
Okay.
And so it came to be.
And so it was. Yeah, and so it was. Cool. I want to
Excellent.
do magic fuckery.
You want to do magic fuckery?
Yeah.
Before you do.
No, I was hoping to catch you off guard.
You were trying to get
I was
ahead of
trying
me.
so
I
hard.
know what you're trying to do, sir. However, can I have those who still have a body? Guess? You counted that, Lucky.
No, I have several.
You've several bodies. Oh God. Yeah, Jules's face is exactly mine there. Thanks. I hate it. Levi, Lucky, and Jules, can I have you each roll Act under pressure plus cool.
Fail.
Plus cool?
Yeah.
Cool. Why do I have a +1 from Locky? What did he do? That was cool. That gave me a +1. Something. Locky didn't.
Oh, +1 forward from everybody. Everyone has +1 forward because I got a thingy last time.
Cool.
So
I'm gonna use that right now.
Cool.
Yeah, same. Actually, that pops me too.
Because I have a -1 on that. So.
Okay. So if you also use your +1 forward there,
I put it in.
Yep, gets me to a 7.
Okay.
I also have 1 hold left on Jinx, if that's possible to use.
You don't exist right now.
I mean, but the luck I wove into the world does.
Oh, that's true.
It's true. No, and that I actually would, as if we need to, I'm happy to have that float into something. We can. You just tell me. I like the visual personally. I think it'd be really. I actually think it could be really cool. Anyways. I have ideas for animes. I should just really start designing anime series.
Honestly, same. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so you all
write your anime RPG.
It's true. You all have a partial success. Meaning, what does that mean, Natalie? What are you doing to us? What is happening? Pretty much this entire campaign. And
we get chives. So.
You feel this overwhelming sense of nausea ripple through your body. Locky, you feel it in a little bit of a weirder way because it feels like not just nausea, but like somebody took your stomach and is shape-shifting your stomach specifically on you.
Oh, that ripples out. So, like Locky's entire body is like wiggling at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking really weird. For the humans in the group, it's simple nausea and feeling absolutely like you're going to double over in pain. Locky, with your weird your you.
Yup.
Is that rude? I don't know. With your you, you're actually going to take 2 harm from this.
Seems legit.
My humans are going to only take 1 each from this mental attack that Lady Care is executing just by giving you a death glare from her tiny cage at the back of the hallway as she cocks her head to the side and smiles. These bone white teeth that have, the closer you look at them, these jagged edges to them. And it's mildly unnerving how much your stomach is retching and how sharp those teeth are. Levi, sorry, you want to do some magic now?
I did, and then you fucked me up a little bit. And now, like, I'm a little bit. I gotta. Like, I need to find a new card to attempt to use because the one I was gonna use is no longer applicable to my frail meat suit. So my frail bits are getting jacked up. So I need to reassess my deck of tarots.
You do have access to the 2 of Cups, which you have previously used. That exists on your person. You would still need to roll plus weird to utilize it. Varying success levels based on what you roll for that.
That's true. I do have that. Yeah, I will go next. I need a second to find a.
Okay, that's cool. Lucky, Jules. What are you guys doing? Lucky, your stomach's doing all kinds of things.
All kinds of shit. But I think Lucky's thing is just to do the same thing he did to Steve to his former boss is what I'm doing.
Okay.
So.
How are you getting past because they are completely encased with things, correct? Remember?
Oh, that's true.
Is their head still out? Is Lady Care's head still out?
It's like prison bars, kind of like that are just oddly structured and like creating this crisscross thing. Like you could shoot at their head is I think where you're trying to go with that. Is that correct?
Literally, Jules wants to like walk up next to Lady Care and like put the +2 pistol like up against her head. And
You'll be
Nice.
Just be like, fuck with me.
You will. There's enough of a space where you could do that. Like
Cool.
you can.
Cool. Let's do that.
Okay,
You want to do that
go for it.
first, then I will amend my action to later if we figure out what
I would
happens
say that
after
Jules wants to go and like stand there and basically hold the gun and allow you to do whatever you.
You're
want
probably
to
more
do.
comfortable moving at the moment, actually. Lockie probably needs an extra second to like move.
Yeah, Jules is basically going to do that as a way of like holding to make sure that she doesn't fucking try anything while you kind of recover. We'll
Wait,
say
I'm
that
sorry.
that's what.
Okay.
What
my
are these
intention.
bars? Did I miss this bar situation?
Because these were your
Your
chains.
chains.
My
These are the
chains.
chains.
Okay,
But they're
okay,
like
cool.
they're sturdy leg bars. Like that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
biggest way I
okay,
can think of
okay.
like intersecting how
Yeah,
they are.
Gotcha, yeah.
They're still your chains.
Cool.
This is still you. You
I was
still.
like, did we add bars now?
You did this.
It's like, yeah. I imagined like that one Yu-Gi-Oh card where everyone's like chained up with their arms and legs, but that's why I was like, bars.
Yeah.
Dope. Okay.
No, it's still all the chains and like it's wrapped around parts of her and whatnot and completely binding her, but they're also in her way to stop her from even moving with those things on them.
Got some Fate series chain nonsense going up in there.
Well, so Jules, are you walking right up? Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Yeah. You're just gonna
saunter.
as you get slowly closer to the camera. Yep. Oh God. Okay. And she shows up with the gun. Okay. Wonderful. Hi. You're gonna roll to kick some ass still, sweetie. Doesn't matter how close you get. I still need you to roll.
Is this the face of trust? Like
Oh, suck my dick. Sorry.
Yeah, you feeling pretty impassioned about that, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was such a good roll.
It was. No, it was great. Just laughing at the response. That's all. 12 plus. You can either all hunters involved get in the fight get +1 forward. You suffer no harm at all. Your attacks inflict double the normal harm. I really don't like if you could come up with a way that they would get driven away by all means, but I think it's a little difficult.
I'm gonna say +1 to everyone else.
Okay,
sounds
cool.
like it's
Everyone
hard to
in the
drive
room.
someone away
Sounds
when
like
they
a good
are
idea.
chained in place. Just
That's fair. That's legit.
Does
Okay.
Lockie look like he's about to pounce? Is that what you look like?
less, probably not pounce, but probably definitely going to do something.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do magic from far away because I'm bleedy.
Fair.
I mean, I guess I'm more like psychically damaged at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, aren't we all? But also.
So I have a +1. I have a +1
Ow.
forward from myself, and then a +1 forward from Jules just now.
Yes.
Dope. I'm doing magic.
I'm so proud of you, buddy.
I'm gonna use both of those +1 forwards.
Cool.
Kapow!
There.
Suck it.
There you go. And that was to use
So
specifically your healing?
No, I'm gonna
Okay,
risk
what are you
it. I'm
doing?
risking it for the biscuit. I am going to draw out, and I look at the card again, and like anime style camera, shing, shing, and then you see that like, then it goes back, and you see like the one eyebrow cock because it's exactly what he wanted. And I take this card, the 10 of Swords, upright, and I throw it towards the ceiling, and it hits the ceiling. And the 10 of Swords upright means failure and collapse as the ceiling and falls on stupid. What's her name? Lady Jerk. Lady, I don't care. Eat some rocks.
Bitch face,
Yeah.
I think we've called her
Lady,
previously.
I don't care. Eat some rocks in your head, you dumb
Hey,
dog.
can we assume that I move when that happens?
Yeah. Well, it's magic. It's magic, so I control the flow of rock
Oh, okay.
directly
thank
to her
fuck.
head. You know,
I
that's how.
control the flow of rock.
That's how
What did
magic
you do? Well,
happens.
today Levi set up a magic funnel and funneled a ceiling directly onto her head.
Onto
That's
my
what
face.
happened today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's gonna take some damage, which I believe is
Yes.
3 to your face. Stupid face.
Wonderful. And you feel just kind of that small tingle as another tattoo reveals itself on your arm. It's actually, so it is 2 swords intersected to make an X, which is the 10.
Love it.
I'm just also going to slowly design tattoos this entire episode. So
I mean,
nice.
Honestly,
everything I wanted, really.
Cool.
Good with this.
Design your ideal anime character over the course of a Monster of the Week session.
No one has pink hair yet, so we're not doing too great.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
Just wait. There's still some epilogues. I mean, what? Okay, wonderful. Lockie,
I feel like we all have pink hair at this point.
Pink hair was the friends we made along the way.
On the inside, yeah, sure. Okay.
Do not have pink hair. Pink hair on the inside sounds bad, honestly.
Sounds like you ate insulation.
Don't do that. That's a bad plan.
Tastes like cotton candy.
Fiberglass diet. Don't do it.
Lockie, what are you doing?
Lockie is walking up to Lady Kara and doing the same thing with the wings, except it's more like an angry king satellite dish because it sort of wraps in a little bit around the angry chain prison, I think, is what we do.
Well,
here.
and the angry chain prison is also what's slightly collapsed. This end of the ceiling and parts of the walls and stone that I don't think belongs to this building somehow has managed to magic its way and collapse. Her arms still outstretched kind of through the collapsed rubble that has compounded on top of her.
Yeah, I think Lockie just is like, there's a thing I can drain out from under there, and so just kind of like walks up and gets into as close proximity as possible as allowed by the chains and the rubble, and then does the same thing again.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Roll for me.
And we have a forward here, so we're gonna do that. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. You feel pretty good about that?
I feel pretty good about that. So we're gonna go double damage. So 4 harm, ignore armor.
Okay.
And Lockie loses his harm because this is dumb.
Excellent. All right. So yeah, no, excellent. You hit. It takes you a moment, but you start to see a little bit clearer, a little bit like seeing in dim light. You can see the surroundings. You see the body you've left on the floor. You see Jules walking right up and shooting, backing away as Levi pulls out another card, stones collapsing in on Lady Care, and you see then Lockie go in and the necrotic energy reaching out and pulling out from Lady Care. And what do you do?
Can I?
What do you want to do?
Well, first, I fix the hair of my body.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Looking down too, you see
that actually takes your whole action.
Yep, that's all I wanted to do.
That's it.
As not a ghostly sand brush. It's like Vidal Sassooning that shit.
I love it. One. You see, because their form had fallen over top of also the notebook that you had written to Orono. And you see a message has actually already been responded to in charcoal from his handwriting that just says, knock her out, see you soon. Oh.
Yes. I'm totally seeing like an upside down reflection of them like writing on the other side of the
you can see this as it's being written, as you start to be able to actually see as the world becomes a lot clearer. And that was kind of the reason for your partial successes. It wasn't immediate. It took you some time to get into it and see it. You start to see around you more. Whenever you came to these places previously, you'd only ever seen one or two people, sand people. You see them everywhere at this point. There's a number of them that are watching this battle intently. You see Remy kind of just cheering from the sidelines. You see someone watching over Stava's body rather, from the other room. Because walls are kind of a weird thing now.
They're not so much walls as they are doors.
They're not walls. They're like the outline of it, and that's really about it. As the light comes a bit, it's like your eyes adjusting to the darkness and being able to actually fully see it again. And you see Lady Care in that still shifting angelic demonic. Even though she's not shifting in the mirror world, she seems to be shifting how she appears right now. It's just constantly flashing between the two, like it can't seem to decide. What do you do?
Think I shout to my sand people brethren, we need to help them. We need to stop her. Now is our chance. And I'm just gonna jinx. This is just rallying and getting some good energy and some good vibes.
Okay.
And while I'm doing this, I'm walking towards them, walking towards this conflict happening.
Yeah, awesome.
But powering up some good vibes.
Awesome. Excellent. So you with this, I'm sad. With this jinx, as everybody else in the real world, mirror world, God, there's too many worlds. I did this to myself. There is this in the mirror world. There is this sheen of glitter, purple, that seems to just lightly sprinkle over the room. You cast fairy fire, apparently. Natalie, what game are you playing? We don't know. That's fine. Nothing has ever changed.
As long as it's sparkly, it doesn't matter.
It's exactly it is. Oh, completely sparkly. Oh my God, is it ever? And you can choose where you want that +1 forward to impact. And I still say you still have your other one from before too. So your jinx is impacting the battlefield. As you make out your call and your cry for help, figures that were previously doing nothing snap to attention as they all actually start to focus intently on this battlefield, starting to move towards those that were the shadows that were closer to Lady Care's body, starting to move on the rock pile as if to keep it down, as if to keep her from doing anything. And a lot of you in the mirror world see that she is trying to struggle underneath this. And you get the idea that normally she would have probably been able to toss off these stones without an issue. But there is something else at play that you can't see besides this faint shimmer of purple glitter.
That was my purple glitter shimmer.
I was gonna say.
In case you were wondering.
Perfect.
Cool.
Oh my God, did Vesper come in and punch?
Right?
Vesper's back.
I mean, that was my callback line about walls being doors.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I do love it.
Got to get some Full Metal Alchemist purple, like Armstrong sprinkles up in there. Perfect.
I love it.
God.
Love it.
Ding, 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 ding.
No, my Princess of Power is just always living on in us. Amazing. Anything else that you're doing in your weird your shadow world, your sand world?
Just moving towards all this.
As it all starts to encapsulate in. And no, Derek, we're not making more doors. God, I gotta stop looking at chat. What do the three of you want to do? Those who are topside.
Where was Kit?
Behind you.
No. Like, yeah. So, like, when Levi walked into the room, because I think I was the last one in the room, right? Yeah. Where was Kit? Kit, where were you in relation to me when you collapsed?
I was like in the hallway.
Kit was a little bit further up in front of Naya's body.
Okay, so I would be able to...
Actually, you see Naya body, Kit body, kind of right next to each other, and this notepad.
Okay. Can I see the notepad from where I am?
Yeah, I'd say you could.
Like, with what's on it?
Yeah.
Because I think there's a moment of, like, stillness where, like, there's this awkward struggle happening and everyone's kind of like, what's going on? And then I look down and I notice that Kit's unconscious and see writing in this book. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do know what this book is, right? You've used it before in front of us, right, Kit? I want to say.
I think you finally told them about meeting a Rona.
Last episode. Yeah.
Whoops.
So what does the book say right now?
So it says, Lady Care is here. I don't remember what else you said.
We're gonna kick her ass for you because we had that conversation.
Yeah. And then Arono,
and then McKay, and then we said, knock her out. I'll see you soon. Oh.
And Kid had mentioned that he thinks that he's a shadow person in the last episode. Right? Cool.
I think so.
I am ready to be done with the Lady I Don't Care and all the stupid monsters here. I am gonna do magic. I'm gonna play that again, Sam. So I have a +1 from using magic last time.
There's some plus if you feel like you need a +1 forward from the magical sparkling energy that is Kit. You don't know it's Kit.
You know what, Kit? I'm gonna take your sparkles just in case. I need to make sure it works. So I'm gonna roll with a +2 here. Suck it. Dope. Okay, so I'm using the shit out of some magic.
Very musical.
Yeah, thank you. It was sparkles that imbued me with extra power to push me over the 12.
Power sparkles.
On the 12+, I get added benefits. Dope. Yep. Okay, cool. I will describe what I'm going to do, and then you can do whatever you want with that. Again,
sparkly.
It's gonna have purple sparkles attached to it.
That's fine. Yeah.
Some way, shape, or form.
Great. So to celebrate chat's use of Yu-Gi-Oh jokes, I reach into the deck and I pull it out and I hold it like this so that I see the card in front of me, and I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune upright, and I take the card and I flick it outward, and as I flick it, it like sort of explodes in purple sparkles. And I'm invoking the powers of inevitable fate. Because we are prophesied to combine these worlds, and that bitch can suck it under those rocks and chains, you stupid bitch.
The Wheel of Fortune was a road roller the entire time.
Right? You sounded so cool until the suck it bitch. Okay, like it sounded great.
Yeah, so I am invoking the power of inevitable fate because it is time that we do what we were sent here to do and combine something, and she's going down. So that's what I throw out there. Whatever it does, Natalie, is up to you.
I know, and I'm going to hold on to that for 2 seconds because I think that this is going to have one of those simultaneous... It's going to be very fucking anime.
Love it.
Because that's how we do. Jules, what are you doing in this moment?
I think that after I take my shot at Lady Care, I am literally just kind of backing up like against a wall and just kind of assessing like the next move, like kind of just assessing the next move and checking on my friends and probably slowly starting to like wall crawl back down to like where like Kit, specifically towards like Kit and Levi, because I know that this is really a personal thing for like Lockie, so I want Lockie to have the ability to like have their moment to do what they want to do. And not that I'm trying to imply weakness on the part of Keith or Levi, Kit or Levi in any way, shape, or form. But Jules has like a tendency to want to like be the protector in most situations. So is going to try and just position themselves to be closer to the individuals that she wants, that she feels like they feel like they can help.
That's cool.
Best.
Lockie, what are you doing in this moment?
Lockie's gonna use Angry Monster Punch. But this one's different because I think Lockie can sense blood in the water at this point, I think.
Yep. Yeah, there's yeah.
Yeah, so Lockie sort of like twitches and the wings like crackle back into their back and expand out into their arm. Mm-hmm. So like their arm draws back and it's like twice as long, but like straight, almost like there's no elbow joint in there, and then I think it sort of like snaps open like a V, like a spring-loaded knife to create a second arm. So they've got one extremely long demon arm that is bent back like several feet behind them. And then just fucking goes for the fucking Helsing, like the Helsing finisher, and just goes straight for like the arm stab through the chains into.
All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, that whole beautiful. So this scene, which will then tie into kind of everything, I think, in this moment. You see from Levi, your magic, this wheel appear that is in shimmering purple glitter, which is very unlike whatever magic you've been doing, but we're gonna go with it.
Which is very strange, and he has no idea why.
And it just starts to spin right in front of Lady Care. At the same moment where Lockie reaches back and starts to stab right in the center of the wheel itself. And also in that moment, Jules, you feel your arm cannon. The purple glitter in the air, swirling around it, making it whir, pulling your arm up and shooting towards the center where Lady Care is. Kit's Jinx powers are working to make it work in a way that you weren't expecting. And all three of these things strike at the same moment. While meanwhile, in the shadow realm, oh fuck it is Yu-Gi-Oh! God.
Yeah, just
oh, fucking damn it! I hate my life. I hate myself. Fine. In the shadow realm, whatever. I'm going with it now. I'm just gonna own it. Thank you, Mike. Kit, as you are twisting your jinx, your powers of hex and corruption and more, you notice so many more tendrils of that big whammy magic you had pulled before, just emanating off of you, not just your fingers, but out of you. You see as they encircle and spiral and make their way to also join the battle that's happening in the mirror world. You see standing behind the form of Lady Care, the shadow form of Verono, the same cloaked figure, but still holding that serenity, that peacefulness to him that you had sat through an entire tic-tac-toe match with. And in this moment, when all of the powers combined, yep, going with it, steering into this 100% at this point.
The powers of friendship.
Thank you. Yes, as the powers of friendship combine and all simultaneously intersect across worlds, impaling upon Lady Care herself. The Wheel of Fortune finally stopping in a way that indicates that Lady Care's luck has run out. You see a flash. Everybody sees a flash. And everything goes bright white. And you're in a different space. This is not the rubble that you left. Looking around, you see slowly and surely bodies form in this white space. You see Kit in their newer form, looking quite like Kit, their hair longer, glorious, and shimmering purple sparkles that flow in the air like an Herbal Essences commercial. Beautiful. You see Jules with this resounding defiance, defensive, just stance, protector. You see Levi with another tattoo now added to his arm that is just the wheel. And you see Lockie in the form that he held previously.
Bones on the inside. Bones on the inside.
With the bones on the inside, his real world visage. And you see a new form before you. They have no gender. They have no real indicators of how old they are, just that they're an adult. There is a calmness to their face as these bright blue eyes open and look at you all. They're clothed in more grays than anything else, which stand out strongly against the white, bright light that is surrounding you otherwise. Smoky, soft, like rolling clouds in a storm. And they look at you. Well, congratulations. You did what no one else dared to do. You provided an opportunity for the worlds to meet, to join, to finally be together like they were meant to. I know what you're thinking. No, the monsters, I think I'm using this right. I think that's a you thing. I don't know. The anomalies that you knew were never real. Their depictions were merely the fears that grew from your world. And your cognitive perceptions of them come alive in ours. As the world split, we kept those perceptions, that cognitive reality, alive. But we were always meant to be back together, to be one, to be united. The world was always meant for magic to exist, to be apart. And the strange always belonged in your world, just as it was always a part of ours. The warring chaos of the two halves are finally going to rest. And I thank you. May you each finally find the peace you sought before this journey started. And as the light fades, going back to completely black, you each wake up. I know, right? Levi, you wake up in your one-bedroom studio apartment in the nice side of town. Loft-like apartment, still open, Amazon with Tues boxes littered across the place.
Don't judge me.
No, there's no judgment. And looking at your arms, you see the new tattoos still scrawled, as there's a tarot deck sprawled along the floor.
Yeah, get some.
And 6 Swolexes.
And 6. They're still on you. One of them doesn't work anymore, but the rest of them are fine.
That's fine.
I figured. Kit, you wake up and you feel the most yourself that you've ever felt. Figuring out who you are, finding your other spiritual half, so to speak, and being able to combine the powers. You play around, realizing that your hex, your jinx, it's still there. And you can still do whatever you want with it. Lockie, you wake up in the soup kitchen. Which seems to have reopened, considering it had a flash fire and no one's really sure what happened. Jesse, watching over your body, saying you've been asleep for a while now. But as you look into a mirror, you notice two things. There are no more portals. And you are, as you always appeared, in this world. With, maybe the odd occasional ability to bamf somewhere if you needed to. And Jules, you wake up in a warehouse with a body. I did not put you in a box.
Okay.
I did not put you in a box.
Sorry.
Jules,
nobody puts baby in the box.
Exactly. Jules, you wake up. And you are woken up by someone. They look familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on it. With, I believe it's orange, short hair, and a very kind smile. And she just goes, "Hey, are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's your name? Sorry, I was just exploring, and I don't know.
I'm Jules.
I'm Remy. And as they go to reach out to shake your hand, you notice the chess piece tattoo on the inside of the wrist. And that is actually where we're going to end with the class.
Well, shit. You wanted anime bullshit? You got it. I'm going to kick you right in the feels on this finale of Through the Glass. This was at its best and worst anime bullshit. Through and through, and I'm 100% here for it. Thank you so much for being here, chat. Thank you for enjoying this journey with us. If you are joining us today for some reason, you haven't caught the rest of the show, go check it out on YouTube. Links down below. You're in for a ride. This was a show. This was a shit show for a while. We just fuck shit up all the time. Each other, our emotions, our feelings. This was super fun. Natalie, thank you so much for being here. Everyone else, thank you for being amazing players. Wonderful, awesome, super rad, dope game. Sad to see it end. But it has, so let us go around, do our introductions, get your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on this campaign, and we'll get the hell out of here and go do other shit. We will start with the new faces here. We'll start with John first. John, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to? And what did you think about this game?
Fucking anime bullshit. And I loved every second of it. So hi, I'm John. I'm on the Twitterverse as Ryamasa, RY0MASA. I am very happy to have been a part of this. It was a lot of fun to play with all of you and see the ridiculous nonsense that we got put through. Blessed. I think my thoughts on this game right now are, one, bless anime bullshit. Thank you all for coming on this ridiculous ride with us. And two, fuck Steve.
Fuck Steven.
Fuck Steve. Should have ate him in episode 1. To be fair, I tried. Other than that, you can find me. Yeah, me. I talked about me. Yeah, you can find me on Thursdays at Scratus Academy playing New Acadian Knights, in which I play a scholar in the urban shadows, in the shadow system, with significantly less moral compass than Lockie. And Also, you might be seeing me and somebody else in this group next season on Unmade. So keep tuned. Keep tuned.
What? Speaking mysteriously of someone else that you may or may not see next time, Cora, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to? And what did you think of this campaign?
Hi everyone, it's me. I'm Cora. If you don't know that, you now know things in your life is different now. I'm sorry, I'm quoting Grace Helbig.
I saw that.
So, at Glamour Bomb Live, all capitalized on Twitter. That is where you can find me for all things nerdy, geeky, burly, and TTRPG and whatnot related.
To clarify, burly as in burlesque and not as...
Yeah. I mean,
just,
both. We can be swole mates. I don't give a fuck. So... Whatever, however you want to interpret burly, that's fine. Whatever you want to bring to the table, folks. So that's where you can find me for all things that I listed previously. This game was great. This is absolutely wonderful. This is my first time. Well, this is not my first time doing a stream, but it is my first time doing a successful stream with people that I actually wanted to work with. And like some people that I knew, some people that I did not know. It was the most wonderful bit of anime bullshit I could have ever imagined. And it's my first time playing with like Roll20 and a Powered by the Apocalypse game. And I have to say that now I'm a fan. Now that I understand a bit more of how the mechanics work, I'm a big fan. So I appreciate this game, not only for the people that I got to play with and how fun it was, but also for exposing me to that new type of gameplay and for broadening my gameplay horizons so that I'm not just like, D&D 5e and nothing else. So not that that's bad. I'm just saying it's good to have other options. And as aforementioned, you might also be able to see me at some point in the not terribly distant future on another game featured on this very channel. And also, in like 2 hours, it's my birthday. So like go leave messages on my social media and make everyone I know jealous. That's it. I'm done. Bye-bye.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Disappearing from the stream for some reason. There we go. Happy birthday. Keith, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to? And what did you think of this campaign?
Keith Arpatempa at all the social medias. You can find stuff I'm doing at theheroesguild.com with kids after school party. After school, I don't know, whatever. And I love this game. It was who even knows what's going on anymore. But yeah, this was a great game. Natalie, thank you so much for running us through this wondrous adventure in which my character mostly ostensibly did nothing, but we all know the real truth of the situation.
I mean to be fair, your character did nothing on purpose most of the time, so like
just intensely concentrated, right. Very hard. You will unfortunately not find me next season on this channel, which I'm sad about, but in the future I will return and hug all these wonderful people digitally from now until eternity.
Yes, we are looking forward to the triumphant return of Keith. And last, but of course not least, Natalie, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to? And what did you think of Through the Glass?
Hi, everybody. I'm Natalie. You can find me on mostly the Twitter first at Chaotic Rogue. I guess I'm on Instagram with that too, but I don't do anything there. So really, Twitter is the place where it's at. What I'm going to do what am I doing first? I never actually know what I'm doing, but that's besides the way. No. So I work with the wonderful people over at the Mage College. We create a lot of cool TTRPG content and stuff like that. I've got a couple of really cool projects coming out within the next coming weeks, so I'm really excited about that. In addition to that, if you've backed the Greenleaf Geek Keyfish Kickstarter, I am the one who has written the adventure that is being given as part of that, which is really exciting, and I really actually like what I'm writing. Also, just as of last week, the Book of Seasons Equinoxes anthology is out. I have an adventure in that. It is an autumn-themed adventure called All Hallows Eve because I, of course, went Halloween-themed because that's me. So I guess the short version is, what is Natalie doing? She's done her writing and not streaming, which is kind of sad. I hope to come back to it soon. I just work in life kind of got to be a lot of crazy and clearly a lot of other writing things, which is great in its own respect, but I will make my triumphant return at some point.
Hell yeah.
What did I think of this game? Oh my God. Thank you all for being a part of this. Thank you. I'm so glad that I got to work with the four of you. I am very, very blessed. You guys have been hilarious and wonderful. And thank you for letting me torment you. I know on a weekly basis. I know it was painful a lot of the time.
Appreciate it. Love it.
I love causing pain. It's all good. And thank you to everybody who's been watching and who's been supporting and people who've been donating. I appreciate the hell out of every single one of you. Y'all have been amazing. And this has just been really fun to actually have this kind of come to like actually see a full end and conclusion. And I hope you all feel satisfied with where this went and how this ended and the journey that it went on. I did not intend for anime bullshit, but I think that understanding myself better now, it was going to be anime bullshit from the get-go, and I really should have steered in sooner. By steered in, I mean intentionally did so. I just steered in from the get-go and didn't realize I was driving there.
We're actually going to find you a new hat that instead of rogue, that says anime bullshit and that same kind of placard.
I'm buying you a weeb hat. It's going to happen.
Even better. Even better.
I mean, it's not wrong.
All right. Again, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the show. This was amazing. I had a super blast. I also did not expect anime bullshit based on the pitch for the show, but I'm so glad it took a hard left into fuckery town. It was a good ass time. And you know, just as a reminder to everyone, please wish happy birthday to Cora here. It's her birthday tomorrow, so please go hit her up on all the socials and do that. So,
sing her happy birthday in like that style voice.
I'm gonna record that. That's happening. So thank you guys for being here.
Exactly what I was gonna suggest.
If you like what we do here, please go check us out on Patreon or subscribe here on Twitch. It literally keeps the lights on at this point in life. And if you want to talk about this show, please go join us in our Discord. Links for all that stuff down below. Chat at us, post your screenshots, post your clips, all that fun stuff. We will be off next week. We'll be doing some other weird shit. But we're coming back in 2 weeks for a whole new slew of games. One, that you will see some familiar faces here. It is called Thrall. It is a D&D 5e homebrew world. 2, on Wednesday, we have a new game called Paradise City that I will be in the GM seat, running City of Mist. And 3, on Thursday, we have the Season 2 of Void Coriolis campaign. And with that, we will leave you guys for this week. We will see you next week, and or tomorrow, or other day, whatever. And from all of us to you, bye-bye.